everybody, Stephanie Boulay, registered dietitian for Coastline Elderly Services. And today we're going to be doing two awesome recipes that are a healthier version of what maybe some of us typically eat at home, like on Taco Tuesdays, things like that. The first dish that we're going to be making is yellow rice, and then the other one is Salsa Fresca chicken. Okay, so we're going to start on our rice. So I have a couple of tablespoons of olive oil in here, and I have my onions that I'm going to add to the pan. About 3 tablespoons of onions or so. I'm just going to give this a stir, and you want to cook it until it gets, translucent, a little bit see-through. Okay. Now, some of us may buy the boxed rice at home, the boxed yellow rice, but I was looking at the ingredients and I was pretty shocked at some of it. The sodium content is through the roof, and it also has dyes in it to make it that nice yellow color. And what I love about this recipe is that we're going to be getting all of our color from plants, essentially. For the yellow color, we're going to be using turmeric. So for some of you who may not be familiar with turmeric, turmeric has a lot of health benefits, but it also helps with inflammation in the body. So if for those of you who may have arthritis or things like that, adding some turmeric into your cooking is a great way to help reduce inflammation in the body. Okay. So once we've sauteed these, I'm going to add my rice. And to make this a little healthier, I added some brown rice. You don't have to do brown rice if you don't like brown rice. It's kind of like 50-50. I find some people either they love it or they hate it. But I chose to do brown rice, so I'm just going to add 1 cup. And give that a little bit of a mix here. I'm going to add my spices. All right, so I got my turmeric. Such a beautiful color. I've got some cumin, some pepper, and some salt. Just a little bit of salt, nowhere near some of those prepared boxes. Okay. Now this rice will take about 45 minutes to cook, but if you don't have that amount of time, they do make some parboiled rice that can cook in about 20 minutes. Some can cook in 10. So all kind of depending on, your schedule, how busy you are. All right, you can choose whatever fits your needs. So I just wanted to mix it until the spices get a little toasty, okay? All right, it smells so good. All right, I'm gonna add 2 cups of water. And that sizzle. Here we go. All right, give it a good mix. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to wait for this to boil. And once it boils, I'm going to cover it and we'll just simmer it for 45 minutes. All right, so now we're on our way to our Salsa Fresca chicken. Okay. So I've preheated our oven to 375 degrees. And I used some tin foil here, and then I sprayed it with some cooking spray to prevent any sticking from happening. Now I like to use tenderloins in my house because they cook very quickly as opposed to a chicken breast, but you can use any kind of chicken that you want. And don't be overwhelmed with how much chicken is here. I know sometimes we go to the store and we want to buy a small amount of a kind of meat and all they have are these big packages. That's okay. That's okay. I hear a lot of consumers say when they're cooking for one that can be really, it's difficult, right? But what you can do with this is once you take them out, you can either freeze them, right? Put them in freezer baggies, stick them in the freezer, and then just pull them out when you need them. Or you can cook the chicken and then you can freeze it already pre-done. So that way whenever you need it, you don't feel like cooking, you can just pull it on out of the freezer. Easy. Okay. All right, so I have a different blend of spices here. I've got some garlic powder, I've got some cumin, I've got some black pepper, a little bit of salt, not too much. Now, if you didn't want to use these seasonings and you were doing a Taco Tuesday or something like that, you could do a low sodium taco seasoning. That always works really well. Here we go. The perfect recipe for any picky eater. All right, so now I have some fresh Pico De Gallo that I'm gonna add. Now I got this already cut up at the store, so it makes it super easy for any of us who are in a rush and we're really, really busy. If you don't have any, if you didn't make your own Pico De Gallo, or if you're not at the store to buy any, you can also use some salsa. Salsa is a great, great way getting in some more veggies into our diet. Isn't this just beautiful? Oh my goodness. Food should be colorful, should be very attractive to the eye. Here we go. All right, now that I've got my veggies on, I'm gonna add some cheese to it. Here we go. I'm using mozzarella, but you don't have to use mozzarella. You could do, cheddar would be nice on this. Any kind of taco, they have taco cheese mixes, anything really. I've done manchego cheese on this, delicious, so good. All right, and then I'm just gonna add a little bit of cilantro to the top. Here we go, beautiful. All right, so this is gonna cook in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. And the way to know if it's done is if you take the temperature and it's 165 degrees. Here we go. And actually this is boiling now, perfect. I'm gonna stick this on, reduce the heat, and just let this baby cook. All right, so our rice is done. Look how beautiful this looks. It looks even better than what you would get in any of those boxes in the store. And our chicken is ready too, and it smells amazing. It smells so good. Here we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at that chicken. This would be great too if you're entertaining guests. I mean, if you bring this out on the table, I swear, man, it shows that you mean business and you know how to cook. All right, let's see. Let's take a couple of these here. And these would go great in tacos too, people. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Here we go. All right. I'm Stephanie Boulay, dietitian at Coastline, and thanks so much for joining us. Have a great day.